For my side-scroller puzzle platformer, I created a level that presents a graffiti artist that has been caught vandalizing the city and must escape the police. But before he disappears into the night, he must retrieve all 5 spray cans that he left around the city. I used the graffiti aspect to visually give the player clues relating to the puzzles throughout. I wanted the environment to be aesthetically pleasing while also being significant to the player's success. The player begins in a tunnel underground and must activate the elevator door button to get inside and ride up to ground level. But waiting for the vandal is the police, so the player must turn the opposite direction and escape up the top of the buildings. Ahead is a trigger that doesn't give our player enough time to run past the open bar. However, the small crate can be pushed to hold down the trigger and continue the escape. This is where the player collects their first spray can. A vent is open to travel through and out of sight from the police. There's a gust of air that brings the player to the surface again. Between the buildings are power cables that are strung from pole to pole. The cables are so tightly bound that they are bouncy to travel across. A second spray can is also picked up here. Hopping off the wall, a truck plastered with graffiti blocks the player's path forward, so they must venture to the right for a solution. On the wall are 4 numbers, each with different triggers. Referencing the design on the truck, the player can correlate the number 3 and hit the matching step trigger. Once it is touched, the truck will drive forward, revealing a path downward. Below, another spray can be found, along with moving spikes. Taking a look at the graffiti on the wall, the clocks hint to the player that timing is key for getting across this easily. A conveyor belt pushes the player up to ground level again. Traveling down the road, a large pothole is found. It is too big to jump across. But a platform above holds a crate that can be pushed to fill this hole. Once the crate has fallen into the pothole, a ladder slides down to jump up. Along the ladder is the 4th spray can. At the top of the ladder is a digital billboard emitting static, but as the player moves along to the middle, the screen changes to 4 symbols, 3 red X's and a green circle. This visual will help immensely in the following puzzle. Off the billboard, 4 buttons are seen, pointing down with trapdoors assigned to each one. The player must activate the correct trigger, or they must restart the level. Taking the billboard's hidden message into consideration, the 3rd trigger should be the right option. Taking a hard fall into the sewers, on the left are ledges that lead to the final spray can. After the 5th can is collected, the camera zooms into the player where the vandal makes his escape and successfully disappears out of the city.